Now, 80 recipes from an award-winning London restaurant, the Pollen Street Social, are becoming public knowledge, including a fruits of the sea oyster ice cream, sea scallop, pickled radish and jalapeño concoction, and a bitter chocolate pave with olive biscuit and an olive oil jelly. They're all published in a new book released this month, which showcases some of the most popular dishes from a restaurant that won a Michelin star within 6 months of opening its doors. It's run by chef Jason Atherton, who joins us now live from London. Chef Atherton, thanks so much for your time. Firstly, tell me about this new book, The Pollen Street Social, a collection of some of your favourite recipes. What is your actual favourite recipe and why?
Well, thank you for having me this morning. I really appreciate it. It's, you know, Pollen Street Social, the cookbook, has been something I've been writing for nearly 3 years now. It's the 5th book, but it's the most important book because it's the first time ever I've written a book about my actual recipes. Everything else has been for the home cook. This is no holds barred, not having to think about whether people can do it at home. This is purely recipes I cook day to day in my fine dining restaurant, in the flagship restaurant. And I think probably the dish what is the most poignant to me would probably be the first dish, one of the first dishes we ever did there, which would probably be the egg and the chicken, because we sort of played on the word of the egg and the chicken. It's a very, very simple dish, but it's got a lot of technique in it, and that's probably my favourite, I think.
Listening to you there, I'm wondering, I mean, is this cookbook aimed nearly more towards fellow chefs, or is there any point in someone like myself buying it and trying to recreate these very elaborate dishes at home?
Yeah, of course. I mean, because what's been really smart about the book is when I broke the recipes down. If you look at, say, you know, the fruits of the sea, although it's got 5 elements on it, you can actually use each one as an individual recipe. And actually, when you break the individual recipes down, it's not that difficult. But it is, yes, of course, it's a chef's cookbook. It's written by a chef, and I hope other chefs enjoy it. But it is also, yeah, absolutely, you can use it for home because it has tons of recipes where we just take the single sorbet recipe, break it down, make it a little bit easier, and so forth and so forth. So absolutely, you can use it at home for sure.
And just briefly, I know your restaurant has a heavy focus on the food sources and getting good quality ingredients from local suppliers. So, you know, is it a very British menu in this cookbook, or does it have worldwide appeal?
Oh no, it's got worldwide appeal for sure, 100%. I mean, the thing is, any chef worth his salt should, you know, I have restaurants all over the world. I think we have 17 restaurants now in 5 continents. And it's important that wherever we open a restaurant, it supports the local community. So there's no point buying beef from New Zealand if we have amazing beef in the UK, right? So for us, it just celebrates that particular book because that particular restaurant's in London, Pollen Street Social. It supports its local community, and that's the food supplies up and down the land.
Indeed, you say that you have 15 restaurants across the world, opening, I believe, 3 more in the coming months. You know, how do you manage quality control of such a wide berth of restaurants? And I notice none of them in France.
I don't sleep. Just joking. Yeah, because you know what, I love France. I trained in France for a little while. I worked with a very famous chef called Marc Hambelin at La Bauge de Lille in Alsace. It's one of the hotbeds of world cuisine. In fact, actually, it's the father of world cuisine. And you know, some of the greatest chefs on the planet live and work in France. And why would I open a restaurant in France? Yeah, absolutely, of course. But the opportunity's never arisen. I grow organically. I never go looking to open restaurants. If a great opportunity arises on my desk and I feel we can do a great job and we can add value, I wouldn't just go and open a restaurant because I want to open a restaurant. It's only as and when we feel fit. But you know, it's an exciting business. I mean, it's a great time now to be a chef. The whole world's interested in what chefs have to say, and it's a great medium to be able to do great things. You know, we're now becoming much more sustainable, a much better environmentally friendly company, and so it's a great time to use yourself as a chef to be better for not just for food, but for many things.
Okay, and indeed open people's horizons. Chef Jason Atherton, we're going to have to leave it there, but thanks indeed for joining us here on Perspectives.
Thank you for letting me.
Okay, for you at home now, a quick reminder of